You meet your 13-year-old self, but you can only tell them 3 words. What do you say and why? Never start gambling. She won't change. Don't fucking smoke. Stop copying others. Younger you, top siop ying ot, he, rs. Fucking Lamau. Love dad more. Edit, I don't ever check my Reddit notifications. I never expected this to blow up. My dad was diagnosed with cancer on my 13th birthday and passed away less than 3 months later. To everyone who is lost or is losing a parent, I'm sorry. You all know those words don't really do anything. But I am sorry. It's an awful thing to lose a parent. A word of advice. Remember everything. Don't make them out to be a saint. My dad was an angry guy, he fucked up sometimes, he snapped too fast, he made mistakes. But that didn't mean he didn't love me any less or that he wasn't a great dad. It means that he was human. Every mistake he made was a lesson for me then or a lesson for the future if I ever have my own kids. Appreciate the good and the bad. Because at the end of the day it's a memory you have. And if anyone ever needs to vent or talk or ask questions then please reach out. My dad died 2 weeks ago tomorrow, and I did love my dad a lot. I'm almost 30 and have came to visit my family every other weekend for the past 4 or 5 years. It's best thing I could have done for myself and my heart right now. Last summer my dad said you're going to miss me when I'm gone and I'm so glad I had the chance to say I sure will, Dad. Hug your dad, he died when I was 18. I came here to type hug your mom because she died when I was 17. I'm sorry to hear that you went through the same pain. Stay strong. Yes, Kimmy, California. My sister wanted to move to California near where I was living. My life was really complicated at the time and I really discouraged it. My marriage was a mess and I was afraid it would make it worse. She stayed where she was. About a year later she was killed by a drunk driver. My marriage ended. I would do literally anything to still have my sister here. I'm so sorry for your loss. I understand how you must feel responsible for her death. There's no telling what would have happened if she had moved to California though. In a parallel universe, maybe she did move near you and was killed by a drunk driver there, and you feel responsible for her death because you didn't stop her from moving. It wasn't anyone's fault except for that driver. I hope you can eventually find peace and feel less guilt, even though that's easier said than done. Stay off ATVs. Rolled a 4-wheeler when I was 16. Left leg has never been the same. I work in a pediatric operating room in an area where ATVs are popular. Anytime the weather is nice and the kids are out of school, the number of add-on surgeries we have for ATV injuries is mind-boggling. 4-year-old, shattered femur, ATV rollover. 8-year-old, broken left arm, ATV rollover. 13-year-old, ATV ejection, emergency cranie. Shattered pelvis, degloving of the leg, brain bleeds, punctured lungs. On and on and on. So much agony. So many kids. It's easily the #1 cause of emergent surgery we do. In my book, putting a kid on an ATV is about the same as giving an infant a loaded gun for a pacifier. I'm really only replying to you because I hope at least one person will read this thread, change their mind, and keep a kid out of the or/morgue. Are dirt bikes safer because they're lighter, or do those wreak a lot of havoc too, just not as popular? Dirt bikes are probably safer since it isn't likely to roll over on you. Full gear should be worn on either. I grew up riding dirt bikes in the woods. Every piece of my gear saved a piece of me at some point or another. Don't forget about. Listen here, you. Lin this thread la piece of. Dre? Nah, motherfuckers just act like they forgot about Dre. Don't smoke, dumbass. Edit. Yes, I know, don't is technically 2 words when written out. But I'm not writing a letter or note to 13-year-old chef_and_va, I would be speaking it out loud. And don't smoke, dumbass is 3 words when spoken. I told my dad this every single day growing up. I used to throw fits when I was a kid because I knew how bad it was for him and I had watched my grandmother die from it at 64. He's made it to 73, but he virtually immobile due to CO. PD. My mom passed last week due to complications of COPD. I still am working through it. Keep making music. There is taking a break to grow, and then there are dark ages where you forsake your instrument and regress. They suck. Don't smoke cigarettes. Evie needs help. Maybe then I'll still have my big sister. It's not your fault. This one made me cry. I'm so sorry. I love you. Pretty sure with 3 German words you could write a short story. Die Bart, die. The Bart, the. Verkaufe Babyklamotten, unbenutzt. Das Hundchen explodiert smile edit. I'm taking German in high school, I'm not sure what most of these replies say edit 2, Reddit WTF? How is this my new most popular comment? Also, thank you for the silver. Give mom love. She would pass away a year later. This is gutting. I'm so sorry. I lost my dad when I was 12 and I worried he didn't know I loved him. I worried about it, tortured myself over it. Still, speaking as a mom and grandma, I can assure you, she loved you very much and she definitely knew that you loved her. Kids worry. Moms know, without a doubt, that they are loved. Don't marry Jeff. Jeff bad. Bitcoin. Why? I'm a good guy. You are autistic. That's my 3 words. That would have solved so many goddamn problems. Knowing who I am edit. Thank you so much for the award smiling face with hearts. This is my first gold and y'all are so kind crying face. A PSA to other fellow autistics who struggle with it. Go get a trampoline and jump. It can rewire your brain. Also 15 Hz beta waves help balance out the brain. Go try it out smiley face, celebratory hands in the air. It's you have ADHD for me, but otherwise same thing. Hug dad more. I feel that holy shit. Here's what I'd do. First I'd show him my college ID pic that I took at 18 years old. I'm 23 now, so the image looks enough like me and him for him to understand and believe who I am. Then I'd shout slowly but as loud as I can, Dad PanCan 2017. Hopefully he'd look up what PanCan is, and see that it refers to pancreatic cancer. 2017 is the year he got diagnosed with stage 4, he died 2 years later, but if we had checked even earlier we might have detected it sooner and at a smaller stage, he may have survived. I was 13 in 2012, so I'd have 5 years to make a difference. Hope I was smart enough at 13 where if this scenario had occurred I could have done something about it. If not, well, at least I'd know how much time I had left with him. Definitely could have appreciated him more, he was the best dad in the goddamn world edit. Teresa PanCan walk occurring in multiple cities across the US next Saturday, April 30th. You don't even have to walk, you can just donate to pancan.org if you're so inclined. Thanks for all the upvotes and awards. That sounds devastating. Pancreatic cancer is the worst. It is practically impossible to catch it before it is too late. It is usually not symptomatic until it is stage 4. Still, it is a nice thought to even dream about catching it early enough to save his life. That's what made me angriest about my dad getting pancreatic cancer. It wasn't up until right at the end that there were signs. My dad apparently had known the year before, but they discovered he was already terminal. So he quietly kept it to himself and was fine for a whole year, and then one day he was on the floor screaming in agony and vomiting up blood, and less than 2 months later he was gone. You can't even have the fantasy of what if we saw the signs earlier, because there practically are none. I'm so sorry for your loss, sad face. Brush your teeth. Can I show them my teeth as well? My 13-year-old self wouldn't give a feck what my 30-year-old self says unless I give physical examples. My kids see my fucked up teeth every day, and I still have to harass them about brushing and flossing. Brush and floss. Floss. Every day. Ignore dads, everything. Thank you for putting this into 3 words. Exactly this. My father has never said anything to me that was actually in my best interest. Does he also give you gifts that are just things that he would otherwise throw away? He gave me gifts that didn't make any sense or that my brothers would have liked. I would often just open it and give it to them. 3 Christmases in a row he got me the same dictionary. Guess who sucked at spelling? My dad. I got a broken necklace once, and when I asked him to exchange it, it was new. For one that wasn't broke, he screamed at me for being ungrateful. He gave me his used stuff he didn't want for my birthday, that he had openly been using, plus why would I want something a 40-something-year-old man wants? I was never excited for my birthday or Christmas because it was always loud and clear that he did this on purpose. My brothers always got great gifts. If I ever complained, then he would full blast scream and go off on me for being an ingrate. Get brother help. Edit. Hey all, I just want to say how touched I am by all of the replies to this. 3 words brought so many people together. That is amazing if you think about it. 3 words. Many interpretations, all revolving around a similar state of mind. I just want to add 3 more words and a gesture I think about daily when I think of my brother. I love you. Hug. Use these with family and friends as much as you can. Tomorrow can be too late. This sounds so sad to me. Whatever this means, I'm sorry. Printer was broken. This. My brother isn't even 21 and he's sitting in prison. Lost friends, they were killed. He doesn't speak to my mom, dad, or our stepdad. I'm all he's got. I carry a lot of guilt and feel so small, it's a lot for me sometimes. OP, I truly hope you're doing okay. If you'd ever like to talk, DM me. Edit. Wow. I'm out of words. I didn't think people would even see my comment to start off. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of you showing love and being so kind. I've never experienced this in real life when I talk about my brother doing time. Some of y'all can relate and it does break my heart, but I feel less alone. I'm so appreciative to everyone who commented. I will keep those words in mind always. Sorry if I didn't get to reply to you, there's many comments and I lost track. Anyone who needs someone can always DM and vent. Heart. I was gonna say hit the gym, but fuck. Now I want yours. My brother mixed opiates and alcohol and died years ago. Need to figure out how to word that in 3 words. Maybe brother odd, insert date. Mom kills herself. My only regret is how I dealt with the years of let up. 13 would have been early enough for me to have made a difference, maybe. It's not your fault, love. You as a kid couldn't fix that, it's okay. Heart. I want you to know it's not your fault. At all. I'm sorry you had to go through this. No student loans. Then a slap to drive the point home. And for me, double slap, don't ever cosign. Go to therapy ETA. Oh, I'm so glad this resonated with people, and thank you for the award. I finally went to therapy in my mid-20s, and it improved my quality of life so much. Don't trade Charizard. I wish I still knew where my holographic Charizard card was. Crying face. The original. I forgot the password to my Bitcoin wallet. Treat her better. Stay in school. You live in school now. Secretly you are the bathroom ghost. Shh. Don't. Do. Heroin. ETA, I'm doing quite well. Better than I deserve, TBH. Just 20 years behind where I would have been. But it's all good. Wouldn't trade what I have for anything. Ada 2, better than I deserve refers to all the shady shit I did for which I didn't get caught. And thank you so much for all the kind words. Everybody deserves happiness. But I've found that happiness is an inside job. I wish I could say I'd phrase out investing in Bitcoin like others, but ultimately I'd tell myself. Floor, call 911. My mom was asleep on the couch when I was 16. I woke up in the middle of the night and she had fallen off the couch and onto the floor. I woke my sister up and we thought nothing of it, so we helped her back up and she fell back to sleep. My sister woke up at like 7 a.m. and my mom was essentially unresponsive on the couch, pulse, etc. but unresponsive. Turns out she had a stroke in her sleep due to an aneurysm. She was paralyzed on the entire left side of her body and had to relearn basically everything from scratch. Her life was never the same and she suffered from a myriad of health issues for the next 25 years of her life and ultimately succumbed to cancer 2 years ago. While it's not about me, my life essentially completely changed from that moment forward and has shaped who I am today, spiteful, vengeful, complete nutcase, etc. Anyways, I'd try and tell my younger self to call 911 and maybe things would be different for her. Edit, Holy crap everyone, thanks for all the love, awards, comments, etc. you lovable internet strangers. Didn't think my comment would get so much attention. I'm so sorry for all those that have or are experiencing things of the same nature. While there is the logical side of my brain that understands that even going back to that moment, even calling 911 wouldn't make much of a difference, but there's always going to be that illogical side of my brain that refuses to believe any of that and will always blame myself, hence heaps and loads and years of therapy, etc. But again, I thank you all for the love. This is the most upvotes I've ever received. I'm framing it. Wear a condom. What's the kid's name? Herpes frown. Nat? Nat has herpes. This is the best crossover I've ever seen. His name is Luke, it's short for leukemia. Oh, sorry. Don't worry, he doesn't actually have it, we just shave his head and collect the welfare checks. The Grimsby brothers. Herpes is a terrible name for a kid. Listen to Dad and 6 more. Listen to Dad. My mom was batshit insane and alienated her kids from Dad. Would have saved me a lot of tears had I never trusted her. Are you my sister? My mom tried her damnedest to brainwash my sister and I into thinking my dad was an awful human being. She was successful in that with me until she kicked me out of the house at, freshly, 19, in the middle of the night with no money and nowhere to go. I quickly learned that she was projecting. My dad and stepmom are absolutely wonderful people who put up with so much shit from me. I'm grateful for them, their love and their forgiveness every single day. My ex tried to take my youngest from me with poison words too. My ex abandoned my youngest when they were 17. When my ex started dating again, a kid was inconvenient apparently. My youngest needed medical attention and my ex couldn't be bothered, so the hospital called me in desperation, and also called CPS too. This gave me an in to give context to my child, to give my side. We are so close now and I am so grateful for being given an opportunity to have a relationship with my youngest again. Your post made me almost cry, thank you for sharing. To all of y'all that know your parent only through the eyes/words of the other parent. Yeah, they may be just the person they say they are, but they may not be. Find out for yourself. I must be sisters with you guys too lol. Same story over here. My mom is a classic narcissist and most definitely borderline. She hates my dad and put so much poison in my brain as a kid. I had to go no contact with her 5 or so years ago. Damn family reunion over here. Save up money. You were abused. Grinning, brush your teeth. Yes. Not because my teeth are horrible, but I could have avoided a lot of unnecessary dental work if I had just taken better care of my teeth. My problem was I brushed too hard and not up and down. Wore the enamel off the sides. Wish I'd got an electric toothbrush much earlier. Tim dies young. So that I would make every moment I spent with him count, and I never would have abandoned him. He's gone over 30 years now, I am 61 and I still wake up crying. I read back then that it takes half the time you know someone to forget them. I promised myself that would never happen. I am sorry Tim, we were little children when we first became friends. I am a grown man now and I think of you and miss you every single day. I don't even know what to say about the response to this I am seeing just now. How nice. Yes, my story is real, I have posted about it before, how I have 3 different types of dreams where I am with Tim. In one, I know right from the beginning that he is gone. In these I weep until I wake. The second type is where it is during the dream. You know how a dream seems to last hours but really it is a relatively short period, when we are just playing or fishing. We were on the cover of the Long Island Fisherman when we were young boys. I, being able to drive when we got a bit older, would take Tim out fishing even though I pretty much hated fishing, but I loved Tim. Whatever it is we are doing in the dream, it will suddenly hit me that he is gone. I wake from these and just sit and cry, still after all these years. These are the worst of the 3. In the third type, I hang out with Tim all day, or night. It is not until after I wake I know he is gone. You know how something during the day something will trigger the memory of the dream you had the night before? Well, that happens at any time. I could be in a business meeting and just a word, or an image will bring the dream back. While those are the best of the 3 for me, most times I have to excuse myself from whatever it is I am doing. About 33 years now, and I sit and cry when I think of him. When I see 2 old friends meet, sometimes in a video here on Reddit, I sit and cry because I so often get a feeling that I'm going to turn around and he is going to be standing there, but I know that is never going to happen. As I said, we were little boys who became long-time friends, not knowing it would not be long enough. We had the same life, as in no parents, sometimes no home, yes, even as boys. We've lived together and always made sure each other had a roof to sleep under. Our friends' parents were great, they really were. They always invited us for dinner on holidays, but, it is hard to explain, we always felt like we were outside a window looking in on a loving family. Tim and I would spend Thanksgiving with each other, from when we were boys, till young adulthood, and we would split a turkey hero, sort of as a joke. I have a loving family of my own now, still though, I continued eating a turkey hero for many, many years. Thank you for the kindness. I want to add, for those that mention therapy, or getting help, this is my therapy. I have posted here before, on this topic, it is my therapy. I thought I would make my post, have a cry, and go to bed. I never thought that this would receive the response it has. There is no therapy one could pay for that could compare to what has happened here. I am overwhelmed with the response this has received. I hope everyone takes some time tonight to remember someone they loved, and lost, and I hope you are well enough, and strong enough to appreciate a good old-fashioned cry. The tiredness, the sense of relief it can bring is welcome most of the time. I am sorry for all those who have suffered such a loss. I lost my best friend at 9 years old and still think about him every week. I'm 32. This July will be 15 years since my best friend got killed, along with her mom and her sister, by her dad. We were both 11. I haven't stopped thinking about her since. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button for more content. I post every day and I'll see you next time with more stories.